Okay, so I wanted to see if the person's responsible for Sherry Ann's case, and I'm assuming also others, will be held to earthly justice as well as spiritual justice. We know that's going to happen, but earthly justice, do they face it? I think it shows with her case there has been a block, just a lack of activity, and there's no reason that couldn't change. So let's see. Okay, it's awkward to do it this way, but they need to look at the businesses. And that could happen here. And there's 3. Shows 3. I know that there were 4, but maybe this one here is the 4th one. Or was there a single owner for one of these shops? I mean, for these shops that were there, or maybe at least 3 of them. That's a question. I did get in an earlier reading before I begin this, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, get these a good shuffle and look at it again. I did get there would be. And there's something that comes to light with, I think, some of the other deaths that have occurred. I think people that have a claim against these businesses might be a part of that. If there's anyone that's seeking a claim that has a claim out against them for causing the death of a loved one, because these businesses were straight up meant to cater toward addictive. They were not there to sell you bananas or sanitary products or cereal. So I'm looking at earthly justice for Sherry Ann. Sherry Ann, my Ukrainian bear. Sherry Ann. Sherry Ann, getting justice, earthly justice. Ancestors, what have you to say, please? What can you share with us? We would like very much that Sherry Ann and anyone get justice. Well, this is that secret information again. This is that information that somebody has. People in the know should come forward. But they feel threatened. So I'm being shown that there are people that definitely know, but they are still, I think, intimidated to this day. That again is the wound vac that I have. It sounds like I'm percolating and have a whoopee cushion, so what I'm getting here is that the exposure is dependent upon people that know, that who have felt intimidated. But we are shown people know. But it's a matter of somebody pressing forward and being able to, I think, substantially hold these people accountable. I get a King of Swords. And a Six of Cups. And this is a man, this is adult male, where there is something connected to his past. I think a past where he could have been drinking. So there might be someone who is trying to seek something legally toward them. But there's a great deal of intimidation and real threat with these people. Here we go. Justice says it's going to be require an enduring spirit, but I do see that justice could come finally. Maybe through this King of Swords. There's something to do with the past. Could be his own past experience, or that he gets information from somebody that knows, that has felt intimidated in the past. And the pursuit for justice has taken a very long time. It took them a long time to get them to close those shops, and now to get justice for people that I believe whose deaths can be linked to those shops. The violence, maybe a civil suit of some kind. But yes, there's the violence here. Okay, so if we are shown the Justice card, but it comes from a bit of a struggle. And here's the violence, because there is violence that's connected. Yes, and it does have to do where earthly realm cost of anything, business, money, and anything that's going to cost them something, they're going to want to fight. But they're violent. They've put up a fight legally, but justice is just waiting for them to exhaust themselves, because it's going to be the one that can wait out longer than them. Even if they should pass, the justice can declare who it was. But I would certainly like to see them go before justice. And I do think it does show that. And they certainly will fight any suit that will come forward. I see Sherry Ann's case still in a position of inactive, but it's just kind of waiting there. Doesn't mean it will always be there, but there is strength, because she gets attention. Her case, giving her case attention. Once again, I get that message of it speaks to a deeper issue as far as her spirit now sees and tends to be giving me at root of the matter. To bring an energy that was chaotic, out of control, under gentle but firm control. That means, I think, a great deal to her. And through attention of her case, there is an effect. Because of, like I said, to do with endurance and right action. I do see the Seven of Pentacles, so that could be looking at a lawsuit, a framework of it, and the Devil. So I think there's looking at ways of bringing these people that own these shops and were running them, who would have had any contact with their target market, which was indigenous people from the Pine Ridge Reservation. This is looking at, I think they're also trying to keep their money, as I said, tightwad, super greedy, evil, unethical in how they earn their money. And they are not generous. They are very hard people. They're very hard-hearted. Yeah. Oh, sorry, this is upside down. I see these people have been able to kind of blur the lines, but it's one thing is clear at the end of the day, is that their intentions were not good, and they were established places of having some hold, some power, some financial and legal, for a time, placement to be there. And boy, did they take advantage of that. Now I think their money may not be flowing so well, but they've always had this tightness to them. So it's not like people do not know. Once again, it's not like people do not know in that community precisely the person. It's just a matter of when. Again, I get that she's looking to have her case bring attention of help. This is getting help for the addiction and mental health for, I believe, indigenous people and her people on Pine Ridge. I really think that is where I believe. It's not that she wouldn't want that revealed who it is, but I'm getting that she knows, the people know who it is. There may not be a way legally at this time to seek it. Doesn't mean that people shouldn't. It's just remaining inactive. I do think that there are other cases probably getting ready to go or looking at being applied toward these people. But she's more now about getting something in that helps people and doesn't play upon their vulnerability. Yeah, I think this person, it shows, wears but a very shallow mask. It's very, they barely hide the fact that they are known for these painful ends of a lot of people. So, yes, this is a hardcore businessman, very ruthless, cut your throat, and violent. And I think he has like goons that he would probably send out straight up. So, yeah, might be an older man at this point. But he might get, I see illness coming to him. Oh, because he's handed a poisonous cup. The cup's of poison that sedated other people, just ruined other people. I'm being shown that with the snake here, and it's all pierced by these 5 wands. I feel like his health, yep, he's a fool, which I was also given a lot in this one. Has been used a lot. And I see him like lingering with poor health. So I don't know that necessarily at this point, because I was just shown it being inactive, I do get the message that I feel from her that it's at this point she is wanting the help. But I do think that somebody should pursue it. And I hope someone will come forward. It's just this person does have their goons, even though they're old and sickly. And I can understand why a lot of people would be intimidated. But I hope that somebody is able to, and I do see a possibility there. I think that they should pursue it, because that is just so unethical. And it's the same thing that happens where in poorer neighborhoods, especially black neighborhoods, where you've got predatory alcohol businesses. It's not a place, like I said, like a little, it's predatory business, which that should not be okay. That is wrong. And society needs to be protected from these kind of businesses. So one more time, I want to see if justice will come to the person responsible for Sherry Ann's death. What is the nature of the justice that shall come upon the person responsible for Sherry Ann's death? The Emperor is an authority. Instability. So this is, I do feel like this is the owner or whatever, that I feel the top person that was responsible. They have instability with their health. Yeah. And the money that the bit of money that they have may go out because of health issues, health treatment, that can quickly take out your bank. But I feel like the money they've been sitting on starts, moving out from them. And here comes that past card. Things connected to their business, I think, in the past, because it's a cup card. Yes, their business. Nine of Wands, they're going to, I think, start to have physical, some sort of a physical karma. Let's see. Six, yes, of Wands. I think that this person may have prided themselves on being some kind of tough guy or tough people. They're tough. But I think that's not going to be the case. Physically, they're not going to be so imposing. They might just now be more of a verbal threat than being able to carry out. Maybe that's something that needs to be known. Now they're having to rely more on just, I think, a bluff of intimidation. The bluff of intimidation that they had in the past because they're sick. And their sickness, I'm sorry, I don't like to say that kind of thing, but apparently for this person, that's what the universe is serving up. They're going to serve part of it in a physically, they're going to pay for it that way. So I think that they will have judgment come upon them, and it might come out, if it does come out in an actual legal court fashion, it could be while they're sick, toward the end of their years, or just while they're not well, or I don't even know, maybe that's the quarantine. But I wouldn't jump so fast. I would say, with regard to the person, I think that they may not be so physically well, because I've been shown another card of the instability with actual physical health in these Two of Pentacles that are up and down. Their health starts to, get a bit unstable. And let's see, Six of Swords and theft. They're trying to get away. They're trying to go quietly away. They want to go off the radar. They had to abandon their business, their shady business. Help is needed for the mess they left in their wake. So I think, Magician, that there will be help that will come to the community eventually. I think these people, what the message there is that this person could face some legal action as their health deteriorates. I'm being shown that the universe doesn't play, and in this case, it doesn't mean that in every person's case that just because you have bad health, it means that you're a bad person. Not at all. But in this case, this is one of those cases where it looks like the universe is going to act through that kind of a thing. And that does happen too. And in this case, I say so. So I'm going to put this out there as my last look for right now and for the foreseeable future on Sherry and Wounded Foot. And I appreciate you listening. I hope you'll share these videos in some way that might be helpful. And I hope you have a great Sunday, or whatever day you're watching this. All right? All right.